Hi, and welcome to Career and College Matters Show. I'm your host, Dr. Mildred Charles, and I want to sincerely thank you for tuning into our show. The purpose of our show is to discuss important topics surrounding today's career and college concerns. Our goal is to inform, empower, and inspire our viewing audience with information that will help them to discover and achieve true academic and career success. And today's topic is one that is very near and dear to my heart because our guest is somebody that's near and dear to my heart. The topic is how William Paige became a career options success story. Everyone knows him as BJ, so if you don't mind, audience, I'm going to be referring to him as BJ. So BJ, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us, so as we just talked about, career options success story. What does that actually mean to you?
Well, first I want to say it is truly an honor to even be on the show.
Thank
and
you.
to be presented with this subject is almost dear to me.
Yes.
Because a career should be an option.
Interesting.
So it's funny
like
sometimes
that.
when I hear you say that, you know, career options. We sometimes find ourselves being placed where we force ourselves or we force our children to go into the career that we want versus giving them the option.
You're starting to preach now. Early on the show, he's preaching. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So to me, a career option is definitely something that should be pro-choice. It should be something that you're great at doing or something
Yes.
that comes easy to you.
Yes.
And you make a life or a living doing it.
Absolutely. That's well said. I love that. And I am going to actually have to borrow that from you.
You can have it. You can have it.
Okay. All right. So then tell us, how did this journey begin for you? I mean, at what point did you start realizing, you know what, I want to be able to have a choice in terms of my career?
That's amazing. It happened to me rather late. And I'll say late because I feel like your career should be started early. But so I was about 32 when I realized really what I wanted to do.
Okay.
That was after the military. That was after what I was told to do by, you know, some peers or my parents. That was after I was getting shut down, closed doors.
Well, then let's go back to how it all began.
Let's do it.
Let's talk
do it.
about high school. I mean, like, what was
Okay.
like, you know, because that's the whole thing that we're discussing. We want parents, we want our audience to realize that, you know, that they do have that their kids do have options beyond high school. And so, what was high school like for you?
High school was beautiful. I mean, for me, high school was something that came rather easy as far as the education part of it.
Okay.
You know, I had pretty good grades. I think the cumulative through the 12th grade, I think I was about a 3.1.
Ooh.
So to me, that's good.
That's pretty good.
For a guy that didn't
Okay.
really, quote unquote, want
Okay.
to go to school at the
Okay.
time. But I had a scholarship to play football.
Okay.
You know, and I lost the scholarship because of a big incident that happened in school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so at that time is when I should have realized career choice and career options, because I didn't know what to do. You know, I knew I couldn't go to college. You know, I wasn't in a position to know what a junior college was or a community college was. And trade, what is a trade?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, because they took those things away years before me. So I didn't know what to do.
Wow.
So I went to the military.
So then basically you got a full scholarship to which school?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you would be doing what? What were you going to do?
Playing football.
Playing football.
That's all that mattered
wow,
at the time.
That's impressive. A
Yep.
lot of parents, you know, have that same situation with their kids. They want the scholarship. So you had that opportunity. You had an incident. You said there was a fight.
A big group fight. It was
A
a big
big
group
group
fight in
fight.
school. And I ended up actually getting expelled
Wow.
from Prince George's County Public Schools off of one incident that didn't even happen at school. So my options were gone. You know, I didn't know career. I didn't know if I was going to even graduate at the time.
Wow.
So I ended up enrolling in D.C. public schools and couldn't make it a day. And that's when I ended up going to Montgomery County Public Schools. But I finished on time. You know,
Okay.
I,
Despite all that.
Despite all that, still finished
okay.
on time. I was living with my dad in Montgomery County, and you know, he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to get some homeschooling."
Okay.
You know, because we didn't know what was going to go on. So we went through homeschooling, and I ended up coming back into the school system with Montgomery County Public Schools and graduated on time.
Good, good. So then you said you went to the military.
Went to the Air Force.
Okay, Air Force.
And that's where careers happen too, right?
Yes,
You go to the
absolutely.
military and
That's
you
an
find a
option.
career.
Yep.
That's an option.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it wasn't an option.
Okay. Okay.
I had to go because I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
But this is a perfect transition for our conversation. So I went in open general. If anybody's listening, you know about the military. Open general is basically saying you don't know what you're going in for, but you're going in.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in active duty, didn't know what my trade was going to be, didn't know what my job was going to be. I just knew that I was going. And I ended up being the military police, security forces.
Mm-hmm.
A wonderful time. I mean, I think I probably learned more in 4 years of the military than probably my entire life.
Wow.
But that wasn't what I wanted to do career-wise.
That's interesting how you were still hungry and interested in looking for that path that spoke to who you are.
But I did learn, and this follows me today, and I'm sure we'll probably end up talking about this later.
Yes.
Kind of like how you and I are and how we communicate is relationship building.
Yes.
It did teach me that.
That's good. That's a good lesson to learn.
Great lesson. That's one of the biggest things we teach with Boys to Bowties is relationship selling.
Okay.
And I'll explain the difference later. So I had my career as a military police.
Okay.
Coming back home from Shreveport, Louisiana, Barksdale Air Force Base, coming back home, I'm like, I don't really want to be a police. Like, so
That's
now I'm right
interesting.
back to where I was in high
Wow.
school. Like, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I ended up jumping into a few different careers, great careers, property management, jumped into that. I jumped into a few odds and end jobs, and I'll say jobs purposely, because we like careers, but a few jobs. But I ended up having an opportunity. This was another life-changing event, working for the president of Howard University.
Wow.
Yep. So
And
shout
right
out
in Washington,
to
D.C.
HU.
So how did that happen? How did you get that opportunity?
Relationships.
Okay, that's the word for the day, audience.
Relationship selling. So at the time, my father was working at Howard University.
Okay.
And shout out to my father.
Okay.
He was working at Howard University, and he was like, man, I just got to get you here. This can be a new career. You can do 20 years and retire, all the good stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know, my head's down, but okay, I'll do it. It's a great opportunity, but not a career choice.
Yes.
So I ended up working for the president of Howard University with the health sciences executive team as an executive assistant. Another life-changing event, another relationship opportunity.
That's beautiful.
So at that time, I think is when it triggered. That's right around the 32, like, you know what, brother? You have to do what you want to do.
So looking for your passion in a sense, your purpose.
Your
Yes.
purpose in life.
But that's interesting how you went through your 20s, still exploring, and then you hit your early 30s and you're asking these really important life questions. So looking for your purpose led you to do what after Howard?
It made me look at myself. It made me look inside to see where could things have changed for the better quicker.
Okay.
So imagine me at 17 when in high school when I got expelled. Imagine me if I had somebody or some type of program to say, it's not over. You can do this, that, or the other. Give you options. Imagine if I learned that at 17. And I'm very happy of where I am today.
Yes.
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
You know, God has got me to a place in life where I know it's like the NBA lottery. I won.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, absolutely.
But imagine if I learned those things at 17.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's where the purpose started.
That's where the purpose started. And it's interesting how you say that, because there's a lot of young people out there who are looking for that purpose, who are experiencing what you experienced, asking, what am I here for? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? How does career fit into all of that? So then one other thing that I do know about you that is very near and dear to your heart is your nonprofit organization. So I want to know, you could share that with the audience.
Sure.
How did that actually come in about after
So
all of this?
it's a two-way street the way Boys to Bowties started.
Yes.
One was what I just said.
Yes.
Once I realized that it's probably hundreds of kids going through the same thing at 17 years old, or maybe even 13 years old, or maybe even 10 years old, that if they had a Big Brother program that they can reach out to just to ask, how can I be a chef?
Which is a good profession. Yeah.
You know, how can I
Good,
be
yeah.
a principal?
Yes.
You know, they need to know that they have options and they have people that they can talk to. So that's one way of the inception of Boys to Bow Ties. The second piece is my son. So his mom and I were going through all types of custody battles, going back and forth. She's a career military, United States Air Force, and I'm out the military.
Okay.
And I said, you know, my son has a small case of autism as well. So every day is a great day to him.
Yes. That's a great motto that we should all
Yeah,
adopt.
I know, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So when I talk to him, every day is great. But I said, I wish it was a program that I can put him in while he's with her in another state, that I can just ask the program, how's he doing?
Okay.
So that's when the light kind of switched, like, you know what, you need to do something right here in Prince George's County for all of these youth that's going through some of the same things, whether it be career-wise or life-wise, that just needs a Big Brother program. So that's how we started.
Wow. And so what year was that when you started Boys
That
to
was, wow.
Bow Ties?
Officially, 2013.
2013. Okay.
Officially.
Okay.
But we kind of started a little bit before then on the ground, grassroots level, just seeing how we can get involved in the community, going to all the rec centers, going to all of the football and basketball teams, just getting to know the people.
So tell us, what do you guys do at Boys to Bow
Great
Ties?
question. So we have 10 programs, everything
10
from,
programs?
Yeah, 10
Wow,
programs
that's a lot.
under Boys to Bow Ties, from life as an adult, financial literacy, health
Okay.
awareness, you know, things that, and this is crazy now, so I don't want any of the listeners to look at me crazy when I say this, but I have to, because this is how we relate to the youth.
Okay.
We don't focus on education or religion.
Okay.
We focus on life.
Which is
But watch this,
Very
Dr.
good.
Charles. But we all know that everything in life, you're going to have to do some type of education activities and some type of spiritual activities to build your character as a
Yes.
person, as a human being. So we focus on life skills, things that you may not learn in school, things that I talk to some people who come home from college,
yes.
and they're like, hey, Mr. Paige, I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm ready for the work. Find me a job.
Yeah.
And I find them a job, and then they say, hey, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to clean. Find me somebody. Well, you don't know how to do what?
Wow. You
So
don't know how to pay your bills.
You don't know how to
budget?
pay your bills. You know how to
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah.
These are all things that we teach within the program of Boys to Bow Ties.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's usually what studies show, is that that's the missing link.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can go ahead and earn the degree, but if you don't know how to function as a productive citizen, you know, with life after high school or life after college, it could come back and haunt you. So at Boys to Bow Ties, you're focusing on life skills.
Life skills.
And you said some of the programs, again, different programs.
We got health awareness, which I always like to talk about.
Okay.
Life as an adult, financial literacy. We also try to focus on things with umbrellas under the programs, such as the spiritual growth side and the
Gotcha.
education piece.
Gotcha.
Like some people ask me, so how are you doing a tutoring program if you don't focus on education? You know, those are life skills as well. You know?
Okay.
So I try to make sure that some of the parents know that we do offer tutoring. We do want you to do well in school, because regardless of what your career choice is, you're going to have some type of skills gain to know that you can be capable of doing the next level in life, whatever it may be.
And it sounds like that with that kind of training, it allows them to be well balanced, you know, individuals. So that's wonderful. And I know that you guys, so how many youth do you serve?
We are, right now we only serve about 25 youth on a regular basis.
That's good.
But we reach about 300 to
Oh my
400
God.
youth. Every event we have, it's like the easiest thing for us to do is to get the youth to come together.
That's good.
So I'm excited, and I stand strong on saying that, because I know it's a struggle for some programs in the community to get the youth's attention.
And I'll tell you the truth, audience. We did our 3rd annual Career Options Conference.
Outstanding
and,
job.
You know, thank you very much. But what he's saying about getting youth out on a Saturday at around 9 o'clock in the morning, BJ was able to get you know, a busload of young people to come. So thank you so much for your support.
thank you
We
for
always
having me.
love
Thank
that
you for having
partnership.
me.
So then, if we fast forward, I know that you have you play a significant role in the lives of young people working for EDC. So if you can kind
Yes,
of
yes.
let us know what do you do there?
There is an outstanding program right here in Prince George's County, Maryland. It's called the KEYS program, Knowledge Equals Youth Success. It's with the Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation. We do out-of-school youth. We do in-school and out-of-school, but me specifically, I cater to the out-of-school youth ages 17 to 24, and we either place them in a job career opportunity as an intern in hopes for full-time, or the most important to me, and I'll say to me, is the career options, the trades, the things that keep the county moving, such as HVAC, CNA, you know, IT, things that they can learn and earn today and really make a living for the rest of their life.
That's wonderful. So, and I remember us talking, you're basically talking about real life options,
Yes,
you know,
real life options.
beyond high school. And I mean, because that's the truth, you know, you get out, you know, after as you, with your story, a lot of young people don't realize that they do have options and that it's okay. It's just a matter of having that guidance. So then at PGEDC, your role there at the KEYS program is what?
It's just changed, so I talk about two.
Okay.
I don't know if I even told you it's
No,
just
tell
changed,
me.
but it changed in a good way.
Okay.
So up until about a month ago,
Okay.
I would be the facilitator for
Okay.
a 6 to 8 week training program
Okay.
For the program, for the KEYS program. So I would basically prepare them for the jobs, prepare them for the careers, prepare them for life. Now I'm the youth business consultant.
Oh,
So
look
I'm
at
excited.
you.
I know,
Uh-oh,
right?
fish pound. Look at you.
So
Getting
now-
promoted.
now-
Yes.
Thank you. So now, once they finish the part that I used to do,
Okay.
now I place them
Okay.
in the job, career, or
Oh.
trade opportunity.
So then in that capacity, are you basically going out and, I guess, securing the jobs
That's
for
exactly what it is.
Okay,
And So if
interesting.
you know anybody, if any small businesses that need some assistance or know that they have an opportunity for great people to be a part of their business, definitely please contact me. This is a perfect opportunity, and it gives you, again, real life career options.
them? Absolutely. And so you focus on the KEYS program, but what else do you guys do in that department?
In my specific
In
department?
your specific department in workforce development.
Oh, workforce development
Yes.
total. Okay, so it's a few programs under the workforce development umbrella. You got YCC along with the KEYS program. But so it's funny because when people say, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" and I'm like, workforce development. Workforce development is one of those type of jobs where you can either have someone who's a high school dropout or someone
Yes.
with like a triple master's,
Yes.
and they both be qualified to do the same thing.
Isn't that an interesting?
It's
analogy?
crazy, right?
Yes, that is. That is. I never saw it that
Yeah,
way,
but
but
it's the
you're
truth.
absolutely
It's the
correct.
truth.
Yes.
Workforce development, to me, and I had to put the "to me" in this because I didn't want
Yes.
to, take some words wrong. To me, it's probably the best way for yourself to make a transition in a job, and also the best way for you to influence what the next move or next wave is for businesses within the community.
Okay. Okay.
So, for example, if someone asks me right now, what would be the next thing that I should be getting a trade for? Obviously, most of us know this already. It's security to me.
Okay.
We're living in an age and an area within Prince George's County and D.C. where everything's security. You can go through a security training and be done in 2 months and make $110,000 a year.
That's interesting. That's what we're hearing about those in-demand careers.
Yes.
So, are you saying that you guys offer training to help people get into security jobs?
Not just the training. So we offer the training. We place them in the trade schools.
Wow.
And if you went to a job, we pay you for the first 12 weeks. So we
Oh
would
my
pay,
gosh.
if you had the company, Dr. Charles, I'll say, you know what? If you would at least look at our program and see what we offer, if I found a perfect individual, I will pay them for the first 12 weeks to work for you.
That's about what? 3 months.
It's the 90-day process in my mind.
Isn't that beautiful?
So you already know this is the same thing that you do.
Yes, but that's the reason why I wanted to have
Okay.
you on the show because our concern here at Career and College Matters is that we want to be able to provide information and resources, and a lot of parents just don't know where to go.
Yes, I didn't know.
Yes.
Until I came to EDC.
Wow.
I had no idea about the KEYS program or what it was or exactly what it did. I had no idea.
So parents, you're hearing, BJ is telling us,
Yes.
you're saying that, you know, they could come and get career training. You help them with placement,
We
and
pay
then
them too.
you pay them.
No, we pay them while they're in the program
Oh
too.
no, parents!
Yeah.
Did
So
you hear that? They get paid.
You get a
for-
stipends. You get
they-
a stipends just to come to the training.
That's amazing. Okay, what do you mind me asking?
Yeah.
What does a stipend like? What?
A stipend is something similar. You know what? I tell it like I tell it
Yeah.
to the kids. So a stipend is like a gift. It's,
Yes.
You know, it's a grant. It's granted to you. So you go to work at a job and you clock in and you go home and they owe you because
Wow.
you worked, right? The stipend is something that we give. So it's a carrot. It's that carrot that keeps them coming
The
out.
incentive
The
that I know that
incentive
EDC,
you know very
yes,
well.
absolutely.
It's that incentive.
It's the incentive.
So if they come late or they don't dress properly or if they're disrespectful or whatever it may be,
Yes.
we can easily say we take a piece of that stipends away.
Wow.
But it teaches them that, you know.
But they have to work for it,
teaches
right?
them, yeah, yeah.
And so this where, I mean, what type of youth, or I wouldn't say what type of youth, but what,
okay.
you know, like how does a parent who's looking and say, you know, wow, my son, my daughter needs, you know, an option or an opportunity. So how do they get into this program? What are the requirements?
There are requirements, but I really want to say you should probably contact me first.
Okay.
Because the requirements are so direct that you may think that you're not qualified, and you very
Okay.
well may be.
Okay, okay.
You very well may be.
So then again, with this KEYS program, they come in, you guys give them training, a
Yep.
stipend while they're being
stipend while you're
trained, you
there.
help them to get a job, and then after they get the job, they pay them for 90 days.
That's right. That's
Now,
right.
if that is not a resource or a gem, then I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
But I want you to talk to the audience specifically about, you kept using the word trades, you know. In our communities, we have you know, let's be honest, audience, we have a problem with that. You know, we want our kids to have these, you know, what I'd like to call sexy careers. You know, it has to have the title, you know, we want the bragging rights. But there are opportunities out there in the trades, or what we call nowadays middle skills careers, that, you know, parents are not looking at. Can you talk to our audience about why they should open their mind to helping their young people take these career options?
Yes. Can I say something first?
Yes.
It just triggered my brain, so I didn't want to
Sure.
forget it. I'm going to speak so positive and strong on the subject of trades, but I don't want anybody listening to dare think that I'm saying don't go to college.
Absolutely. And I would concur with that, because
All right.
I would agree. And that's one thing that we want. We believe the four-year college route is a viable option. It is the main pathway that 70% of high school students pursue. But our
I want to add a piece to that too, though.
is that, you know, there are young people who are being left behind.
Yep.
And we feel that we want to, you know, heighten the conversation so that parents and young people could realize, like, okay, I want to go to college, but I may not be ready at this time. What can I do? And so that's the
Let's
whole
touch
point.
that. Let's touch that. But I'm going to add one more piece. Go to college with a plan, just like
That's-
anything else.
You need a plan.
You
You're
need a plan.
absolutely right.
Don't go to
Yeah.
college to major in arts and
Yes.
you do nothing in the
Yes.
field and say they won't hire me.
Yes. And then not only that, you need to do the research to find out about what we call occupational trends.
That's right.
You know, you go and get that degree, but is your child going to have an opportunity in that particular industry?
That's right.
And that's why we find so many young people who actually are college educated unable to find work or find a job in
They
their
come to the
major.
KEYS program. They come. I have students right now that come to the KEYS program with degrees
Wow.
because they realize, like, I've missed something.
Okay.
You know, I have my bachelor's, but I missed something.
Yes.
So I'll say to the trade, please, not only should you at least focus on giving an option for a trade to your youth, you should almost introduce it, you know, at the dinner table like everything else.
That's
Because
intriguing.
we're going to look up in 10 or 15 years.
Not even that long.
Yeah, I know, you got the numbers.
Not
Dr.
even
Charles
that-
has all the
no,
numbers
it's not
and
even. I
statistics.
mean, if you look at just what happened with the Republican bill passing,
There you go.
it's no in. a little bit of
How
time.
close is it? Because I know you know.
Within 5 years.
See, I told you she
Things
knew.
are going to start changing, and that's the reason why we're trying to sound the alarm, to let parents realize, look, you know, we want, as BJ mentioned, we want our kids to go to college, absolutely, but we recognize that there are other pathways.
That's
and
right.
that there are multiple pathways that lead to success. So what we're trying to do is to help parents and to raise awareness that, again, we do need to have these conversations. We don't want
Introduce it.
young people being left behind. So as we're getting ready to wrap up, I want you to just, you know, what's next for BJ, for William Paige? What's on the horizon?
I will continue to do what I've been doing for the past several years.
Yes.
I will continue to be in the community, trying to make a difference, trying to bring awareness to career options, career
Yes.
opportunities,
Yes.
and building life to the next generation of leaders within Prince George's County.
Wow. Okay. That's wonderful. So then if the audience again wants to get in contact with you, which I know that they will, because you are just, when we talk about you know, a foot soldier, a person who's really committed to helping young people, making a difference, not just, you know, in words, but in deeds. I always think about you. You are so sincere.
That means a lot.
You are very sincere. You're very committed. You know, you are a career options success story, and I'm so happy that you're here. So, if you don't mind, you know, just tell the audience how they can get in contact with BJ.
The two easiest ways is www.boystobowties.com. The information to be here on as you view. Also 301-442-0615.
Oh, he's giving you the number there. You got, and it's going to be up on the screen too as well.
Those are the easiest ways. I love talking to people. If you miss me there, please leave a message, and either myself or my staff, Miss Alicia, will definitely contact you. And let's have a conversation. I think that's missing as well. But
yes.
That may be another show.
That's another show. But if you can give us your final remarks, your message to the audience about what we just talked about.
Yes, my final remarks are stop. You spell stop, S-T-O-P. Seek time or pay. Seek the time today to make your tomorrow just that much better, and I think the community will be fine after that.
Look at you, BJ. So, you know, what did I tell you, audience? This is, you know, just a wonderful resource, and we're just so happy, so delighted that you're on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We are fully supporting whatever it is that you do, whatever ventures.
Yes,
we are so excited, you know, for the partnership and just for the opportunity to sit down and share this wealth of resource with our audience. Thank you so much, BJ, for being on the show.
Thank you.
Well, audience, there you go. I told you this was a treat. And so, again, BJ has given you the information. We just want to thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, thank you again and enjoy the rest of your day.